Good morning, everyone. So I'm here today to demo a laboratory activity 6, which is about arrays. So this is just the introduction, and it talks about the arrays. So for the objectives, there are three objectives. First is to design an application using LabVIEW, create an array, run, apply, and simulate arrays. So for the first step, create a new VI. So we have here the LabVIEW. We create a project, click finish, and then blank VI. Right click on the front panel to display the controls palette. And then on the controls palette, navigate to modern, array, matrix, and cluster and drag the array shell onto the front panel. Next, navigate to modern, numeric, and drag and drop a numeric indicator inside the array shell. Numeric indicator. There. Place your mouse over the array and drag the right side of the array to expand it and display multiple elements. So let me show you. Like that. Next step. To create a 2D array, you must first create a 1D array and then add a dimension to it to return to the 1D array you created earlier. So just expand this, then expand how many rows you want, and then creating array constants. You can use array constants to store constant data or as basis for comparison with another array. On the block diagram, right click to display the functions path. Block diagram. On the functions, programming, array, and array constant. On the functions, navigate to programming numeric and drag and drop numeric constant. Numeric constant. Add there. Resize the array constant and initialize a few of the elements. So just like earlier, we're going to expand this. So we add 2, 5, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Resize it. There. So that's the first step. So for the next procedure, for the procedure 1, follow the video demonstration on the YouTube link using arrays in LabVIEW in Blackboard. Screenshot your own block diagram and front panel based on the procedure given in the video. So we need to open this.
Hi,
So we're
my
just
name is
going
Vineet,
to
and we're going to look at
follow
how
what he's
arrays
going
work
to
in
do
LabVIEW.
with
Arrays are good for
with
grouping elements of the same data
arrays.
type, and you can manipulate arrays both on the front panel or panel and navigate to an array shell. If I drop this down, you can see
Array.
it's been undefined yet, and so I can go to the block diagram, and it's just a black color. In fact, let's drop down a few of these. And really, I can input a variety of different
So
data
we'll
types into
copy.
these to define the array of a
And we
certain
need
type or
4
structure.
of that.
Let's right-click and drop down a numeric control in this first one. We can drop down a numeric fill slider in the
Numeric
second
control.
one. And then let's drop down some toggle switches and some Boolean LEDs as well, just to
Toggle
see what
switch
variety of different arrays I can create.
and Boolean.
Now, depending on where I'm hovering over the array, I can drag it open and increase the number of elements that are being displayed.
So just
I can
increase.
do the same for all these others. And I can even manipulate the size of certain elements within the array, like this toggle
Just
switch here,
resize
and these Boolean LEDs.
and add 2 more.
Now, on the block diagram, you can see as I've been defining these,
We paused first so we can adjust. There.
I've also got the different colors that have started being initialized as well. So I can see this orange type here represents a double precision number, and I can change this to an indicator and wire these two arrays together. Let's wire
So change this to an indicator, and we will wire this.
the two Boolean arrays together.
Then wire
And now
this
when I
to
hit run, I can start to enter in different values. Let's say 5, 6, 8 for these first ones. And I can move the
6. We
toggle
just
switches
follow.
here. And now when I hit run, you can see
follow.
I've propagated those values through the array.
And we're going to toggle this, and after running there, the values here are indicated here on array2 because they're connected, and if you toggle this, an LED indicator will
array,
on.
and I can see the corresponding values on the indicators as I've inputted on the controls. I can then change it up again just to
There.
illustrate what I mean. And you can see the corresponding values now appear on the displays. Now in the block diagram, you get access to a variety of array functions as well. If I delete these Boolean arrays, I can right-click and go to the array subpalette. And here's, if I delete and go to the array subpalette, and here's where subpalette.
So we're going to delete this.
And here's where I can drop down a number of different functions to do things like check the array size.
We need an array size here.
And even index certain elements inside of the array. So I'm going to drop this down here.
Index.
And then I'm going to create some displays for the output.
And we connect this wire. There.
These functions. I'm going to create a display.
And then we create an indicator.
For the size. I'm going to create a display for the individual element that I'm trying to index. And then let's create a index control as well.
And
If I
we
move
need a index control.
Move these
There.
around on the front panel so I can make it a little bit easier to see. I'll put my size up here.
And we just fix
And
this.
I've got my element.
Like what is
Let's say I'd like to
doing.
index this element number 9 here. So this is really the 4th element inside the array,
There.
but arrays are 0 indexed. And so the index that I'm going to put in is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to change this index number to 3.
So for example,
Now the size of the
3.
array, again, I'd expect this to be 4 since I've got 4 different elements inside the array. Now when I hit run, you can see I've got 4 being displayed here. And I've also got
for size,
element 9
since it's
being
4
displayed
and
because
9
I chose to index
displayed
number
here
3.
because 0, 1, 2.
I can also
0,
manipulate
1,
the array,
2,
and so
3.
I can right-click, go back to the array palette,
We need a reversed 1D array,
in the control on the indicator,
and we're going to connect this here and this here, just like
and
what
hit
he
run.
did.
I've now flipped the array, and so the display is the exact opposite.
And then click run. So it's the exact opposite of
What
what
the control is. And
there.
that's just another example of
What
some
the
of the
controls
manipulation
earlier.
functions that I've got inside the array subpalette on the block diagram. And that's how arrays work in LabVIEW.
There. So we're done with the procedure 2. I mean 1. Let's proceed to procedure 2, which is create 5 arrays. The first array will be a numeric control array, the second and third and fifth will be numerical indicator arrays, and the fourth will be a 2D numerical indicator array. So here we have a new VI. The first array will be a numeric control array. So first we create an array. So we need 5 arrays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the first array will be a numeric control array. Numeric control array. The second, third, and fifth. The second, third, and fifth will be numerical indicator. Numeric indicator. Numeric third and fifth. And the fourth will be a 2D numerical indicator array. So 2D numerical indicator array. So it's 2D, so need there. So we just add more columns. Then name the arrays as follows. First is array, second is sub array, third is initialize array. But what is appended array? We extend the text box. And lastly, config array. And there. Screenshot your block diagram and front panel. So we just fix this. And we're done with the procedure 2. So that's it for laboratory activity 6. Thank you for listening.